We're all going to hell.
Are we starting
It
with
was
that?
a fact.
You first.
Well, I will dive in.
Yo, dive into this podcast. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Cobb Bros.
Hey!
Welcome to episode
Speaking of segues,
The Cobber Brethren.
67.
is it 67?
67.
Corn Cob
Dude!
Step Bros.
So that means
67.
October will end with episode 69?
Oh my
Nice!
god! Yeah!
Nice!
Uh-oh.
Wait, no, it means October will end with it, or November will start with it.
Our 69th episode will be on Halloween.
Yo!
Oh my
yeah,
god!
serious?
on Monday!
Goodness.
Yeah.
It's Saturday? 31st is Saturday?
31st is a Monday.
There was a Monday.
The episode will air on
yeah,
Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
Episode 69 will be Halloween. So episode 69 has to be our Halloween special.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have to dress up.
Yeah.
Fine.
You
Way
guys-
a
is that
fucking
cool?
head of ya.
I have to go.
Alright.
I have to go to a spirit, but I could definitely do
They
it.
still got a lot of
I have to
stuff.
ask Ellie what she wants me to be because she's given me like 3 different options now, and so I have to be like, "What do you want me to be?" Because we're gonna go to the Halloween store and Dad's gonna get his costume. You can pick.
Yeah.
I want you to be
Watch her.
God.
She's gonna pick something that's like way too small for me, but I'll fucking wear it.
Yes, you would, bro. I want to see you as a tooth fairy.
I was just thinking like me in a fucking tutu that doesn't fit me. Like, all right, here we go.
That's how it works.
I am a dad. I'm wearing it proud.
Be one
Yep.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking A.
Yeah, it's-
October.
Yeah, it's on Monday, and I have Mondays off, so I'm looking forward to that.
Hell yeah.
And this is like the first Halloween that she'll be like actually remembering Halloween.
Yeah, you keep saying she's excited for it.
Oh, October 1st, I was like, Ellie, it's October. Halloween's at the end of the month. And she went, this is Halloween. This is Halloween. Like,
I just wish it would cool down already.
yeah, seriously.
Yeah, it's
way-
been too hot here.
Yeah.
I am just hoping that just means we're going to get a brutal winter because I'd love that.
No, whatever the, I forget what the thing is called that they judge it off of, but it's said to be a dry winter.
Yeah. Not excited for that.
It gets cold at night, though.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
We're in a
pretty fucking
desert.
chilly at
It'll
night.
get fucking frigid.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
The cold.
I haven't been putting on sweatshirts, but sometimes I step out at night and I'm like, ooh, nippy.
Sure, it's a
Right.
little-
The trees are teasing us. They're like, oh, we're turning brown. Shit, it's real warm. Fuck. Never mind.
Kinda
We're not-
weird.
we're
Trees
just
should
gonna
have
get rid
already
of
fallen by now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
straight
kinda
up.
odd.
Trees should be dead right now.
Yeah, it's just been
Fuck trees.
warm. So
Yeah.
they just
Look where we
stay-
are.
We haven't gotten the first like big frost over yet.
It's because we're not
Like,
using our big tree words like deciduous.
Honestly, the people that are benefiting from this the most is motherfuckers that grow tomatoes, because people that grow tomatoes, as soon as that first frost comes in, they die.
Yeah, it's over.
If frost hits your tomato, it literally like kills the plant instantly. So anyone that has tomato plants right now, they are getting the biggest harvest of their fucking
Career.
ever since they've been growing maters. Yeah,
Maters.
Tomater.
tomater.
Without the toe.
That's the greatest name in Pixar. Tomater.
Except
going on?
without the toe.
Hey guys, what's going on in gaming?
What's going on?
What is going on in
Scorn,
gaming?
Scorn just came out. There's a lot of shit happening in October. On my birthday,
Paw Patrol,
Plague Tale comes out.
For sure.
Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3,
Yes, dude. Excited for that.
Call of Duty's very soon on the horizon.
Yep,
Fucking
yeah,
A.
Modern Warfare 2. Yep, looking forward to that.
Colton, you got that pre-ordered. How's that been?
The beta was alright, but I didn't play a whole bunch of it because I'd rather just play the actual game where my
campaign-
progress matters.
Drops next
True.
week,
What's the release
for
date
sure.
for MW2
28th.
of this month?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fuck yeah.
So pre-order people
On-
get campaign
on
next week.
PlayStation and PC, I think it's the 28th. I think everybody else gets it on the 5th or the 8th.
No, it's the 20th for everybody.
It is?
Yeah.
You'll see right here, Cobb fans, over Oscar's face, what the release date is. Maybe.
Hi. Free real estate.
Either way,
It's very realistic.
I'm just probably gonna wait till it comes out and then buy it just for the campaign alone.
Yes.
Right.
I'm looking forward to the campaign, and I'm hoping
This
that
guy.
the Spec Ops is better
Works.
than
This
Modern
fucking guy.
Warfare, because that one is gross. I hope if anything in the Spec Ops, maybe it's the same.
He's
like,
a
same
campaign
feeling?
guy, everyone.
Hey Cyrus,
A lot of people play Call of Duty campaign.
I have my rights to my opinion.
I used to play the campaign before I touched the multiplayer.
Exactly.
Dude, same. I would buy games just for the campaign because I don't like playing multiplayer without like friends to play with.
Yeah.
And before
We're
I
right
had-
here.
Well, I was gonna say before I met y'all, and like when I was playing on the 360 in
fair.
in middle school, I remember there was one time I was like the math teacher would just be like talking to everyone. It's like, "What'd y'all do this weekend? Anything fun?" And I was like, "I bought MW2," and she was like, "Cool, awesome." And then some kid went, "Why'd you get MW2?" Like whatever the new game was out, and I was like, "Because it's the first Black Call of Duty I've ever bought." Cool.
Fucking you, right?
And that's why I don't play multiplayer. That and those Modern Warfare lobbies, that audio was
Yeah.
You think that's gonna work?
Yeah, I'm tuning it
Don't waste my battery.
He's tuning his own microphone.
with a snark.
He's
the
killing my
Snark.
battery is what he's doing.
I'm sorry, the batteries that last like 10 years. I've changed the battery in my tuner once in the last 9 years that I've owned it.
And then there was those kids in high school that would just fucking tune it and then leave it on for fucking 3-day streams.
Yeah.
Like, why is my snark dead? It's like, did you turn it off? It's like, it doesn't automatically turn off. It's like,
No.
does your
I've
car?
never owned a snark. I've had that Fender, the same one that I had in guitar class.
I'm pretty
is
sure
the
you
same
got
one
me
I have.
this one.
Did I?
It was you or David.
I remember those
It was,
from
one, it was
class.
one of you guys. It was.
I'd say the other B.
Huh?
I'd say it was
no,
the
no,
other
no,
B.
because I remember I got this. It was either your graduation party or your birthday party, like just recently.
Oh, then it was me.
It might have been you because
It was me.
Because you got me that Avenged Sevenfold thing and then that shirt too.
Yeah.
There might have been the snark in it with it
Free Snark.
because it was someone in this room. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, I think it was me because
It was
I
the white
remember
hookah.
buying that,
It was the way.
and I didn't
The
buy
man in the corn
myself
costume.
one.
Yeah. The one I had was my dad's that fucking was made in 1990.
Sexy.
Well, to address the elephant in the room, we have a Cobb costume in.
There's
Yeah.
no elephant. There's a god among
There
men.
isn't an elephant in the room. There's a man-sized corn cob.
Yeah,
We are the Cobb Bros, but he is the Cobb.
with an
brother.
elephant-sized
the Cobb Man.
The Cobb.
This is all because
That was funny.
Brett Favre decided to fuck me in the ass.
Yeah, if you all remember
You
a couple
know,
weeks
ruined
ago
my
when we
whole
did
fucking
NFL
day.
Street. Yep. We still don't have the pink shirt.
Yeah,
I
that's
still
my
have.
fault.
I still haven't drank my Pilk yet.
We can get you a
No,
cup
we're
of Pilk
working
right
on
now.
that.
Is there Pepsi and milk?
Do you want me to
There's
go get
Pepsi.
it?
Is there Pepsi and milk?
There's Pepsi and milk.
Do it.
Oh my god.
Do it. I'll
Okay.
do
Do
it.
it right fucking live.
I'll drink a
right
glass
now.
of Pilk right now.
All right.
We have it on. We're doing it. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
We'll do it
All right.
live.
We'll do it
We
live.
will be back in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
All right.
So
All
you
right.
see Cyrus leaving?
Seven-
Edit.
What's the ratio on this?
Half.
It's the no. Do not do half and half.
Why not?
Maybe a casual splash at
No,
first.
no.
Listen
Go
to
half
Brandon.
and half.
Listen to Brandon. He's
That is
drinking
literally-
this.
All right. All right.
That is-
Alright.
That's
Yeah.
literally
Brandon
what
wants
I've
half and
drank
half, he gets
before.
half and half.
Y'all act
I'm
like
sorry.
this is weird.
Yes,
I've been
no,
drinking
this
this
is-
for
if
22
we-
fucking almost
If we're recording-
23 years. Yes, we're recording.
Okay, if this was in Salem in 1820 or some shit, you'd be hanged by the neck because
Yes,
you tried for a
because
No,
fucking
he's
it
lid.
not a
doesn't
woman.
exist. If I opened up a can of liquid, yes, I would be hanged. What
So
do
we're,
you mean?
We're jumping right back in at the half and half point, right?
Yes,
Just
no,
to make that clear.
no, yeah, he
Come on.
needs to. He like everyone's like, no, maybe a little bit. No, Brandon wants half and half. He
Yeah.
gets half and half.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it. I thought a casual splash would be
Yeah,
necessary.
I thought he
but
was
no.
going like, oh, 75% milk. Ugh, why is it brown?
Because there's Pepsi in it.
God damn it.
I got the other half.
What'll really make you gag
He's-
is people do that shit with Mountain Dew.
Oh, God.
my
He's
God,
chugging the whole
no.
fucking thing.
Bro, just downed it like.
It tastes like a root beer float. Like there's nothing gross about it.
Tell me how that's settled.
Yeah. Are you going
That
to
was
shit
a
yourself
baller
later
move,
or something?
Brandon.
Y'all said I
That
wouldn't
was
do it, so I
baller.
fucking did it.
I didn't
Y'all
say you
thought
would.
it.
No, I didn't say you wouldn't do it. I just
Yeah.
wanted to see it.
Well, there it is. I'm
Quick
gonna hold off
announcement.
on my alcohol for a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did it.
Quick announcement. Catch that on our Patreon. Link in the description.
Yeah,
below.
if you're listening to it, Brandon just drank a glass of half milk, half Pepsi, and I have no regrets.
No, not
I'll
drink.
do it when
I
I
took
get
it
home.
like a man.
Polar
He
bear.
chugged it,
No,
bro.
I drank the whole glass. It's there. You saw it.
Bring it up.
I
Show the clip. Show
I
the
like
cup.
I like the rainbow on it. It's like,
Show the cup.
Yeah.
Show the cup.
Disco Brandon.
oh yeah, here's the cup.
See, evidence.
Here's Cooper
Lambert.
Cup right there.
All right.
Super Bowl chumps.
Fucking A.
Speaking of number 18, Cobb.
Sorry, nothing if you like the Rams. There's a
Cobb.
lot of people that like the Rams. I don't like the Rams.
Yeah.
We have jerseys in our podcast room.
Exactly,
We have
yeah.
the Randall Cobb jersey nationally.
I am a 49ers fan, and I sit behind this every day.
I fucking
Okay.
hate this team.
Oh, I originally had a Texans Randall Cobb jersey, but the person didn't send it, so I
fucking rip.
ended up with the Packers. I wasn't gonna get a Cowboys jersey though.
Yeah.
so.
Who would have thought of
Wasn't gonna
foretelling all this 1 year that was gonna come down to some fucking bullshit.
Can't see it on the camera, but we have a Corn Elder jersey above the window.
Yeah, right over there. That's
Washington football team.
they were the football team with that one.
That's a football team jersey. I'm not gonna buy a brand new Commanders jersey. 'Cause
not
that
worth
was
it.
on
The
sale.
Washington football team, dude. Come on,
They can buy a new
It says
one when
Washington on the front.
I'll do that.
Oscar,
sir.
Overwatch 2. It's been coming out to such rave reviews.
Yeah. I have not touched it. I've only just seen videos, and I can't tell the fucking difference between the first one and the second one.
It's basically they changed the UI, of course.
Yeah.
The biggest gameplay change was 6v6 has been changed to a 5v5.
Ooh,
Now it's instead of fighting
Ooh.
2 tanks, it's centered around 1 tank.
ooh.
Not too bad, except the 2 biggest tank killers in the game, Bastion and the other character that I can't remember the name of.
Yeah.
They're currently not in the game because they are bugged and broken.
Wow.
Of course.
So the 2 big deterrents to tanks are currently missing from the game. So tanks are just running rampant right now,
Okay.
even though there's only
so
one.
it's not fucking fixed anyways.
No.
I mean,
No.
this
No.
game is just absolutely
Ridiculous.
a
Shit.
fucking fruit salad of absolute
Yummy,
dog
yummy.
shit
Yeah.
being
Fruit
thrown
salad.
in their
Oops,
face
all raisins.
with a very nice fancy title.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, kind of.
That is so sad.
It's-
But
it's-
they did lift their cell phone restriction, and I just don't care enough to go and try and see if it works because
I'm good.
it's not a game that I think I'm going to be interested in playing. Like if you're a fan of
Right.
the first Overwatch, I think this is a game that's just right for you. It just picks up where the first one left off. They still have things that they need to finish. They've had their 3rd DDoS attack since launch.
Yeah.
Shout out to people that like got to experience the game. Like, because there's 2 experiences. There's the people that think that the sequel's just a queue that you wait in, and then there's people that get into a game and are mad they're not in a queue because that's all they know.
Right.
It's just a professional end of nightmare.
At least
Yeah.
the queue's fucking entertaining in some way.
Yeah, but we're very anti microtransaction when it's like not beneficial to the players whatsoever. And what me and Oscar saw the same Reddit post today, but somebody posted in the gaming subreddit, all of the legacy content from Overwatch 1 that you were able to earn is now purchasable in the second Overwatch. So it didn't go away. They just put it behind a paywall and they go, if you didn't earn it in the first game, it's back in the store. You can just get it again someday. You rip that nail straight out of the door.
Oh my god.
Got it.
Got it.
Everybody watch. There is an errant nail sticking out of the door.
Oh my fucking gosh. That's on camera.
Yeah, so we.
Watch
Right
us not
there.
be able to get out now.
Oh no!
Thanks, David.
Sorry, guys. Shit.
Dave's gonna have to kick his own door down in his own house.
I already punched a hole in that one on the
We
other
were
side.
trying to
It's fine.
we were trying to
Oh,
close
there
the
you go.
door to like suppress the noise, but
It made more noise in the end.
anyways, now that you are able to purchase these items, somebody went through the task of taking every item they earned in Overwatch 1. They made a list of the rarity of the item, what type of item it is, and they gave a grand total count of how many they had of that item, and they equated it to the in-game currency, and then equated the in-game currency to real US dollars. You ready?
Number.
Okay. Legendary skins, he had 254. Epic skins, 138. Common skins, 127. He had 213 unique emotes, 221 victory poses, 133 highlight intros, and over 980 voice lines.
Wow.
That adds up to a little over 1,022,600 Overwatch points or whatever they're calling them.
In-game credits.
In-game
Okay.
credits. 100 Overwatch points equals a regular US dollar. Bringing his total to, if you were to go and buy his inventory from the shop in Overwatch 2, to $10,226.
Wow.
All in free content that he earned from the first Overwatch game.
There's now $10,000.
That is now behind $10,000 worth of paywalls.
And I say this to you, gentlemen. Do you even have phones? Do you even have phones to fucking do it?
yeah, they were
Oh.
warning us from the beginning.
Yes, it's a predecessor of everything.
It's not even do you have phones, but do you have phones that we like?
Yeah, that has to work.
Yeah.
Because we want to bug you nonstop.
Because the biggest problem is people like me, like I'm on Metro, and then another big one was Cricket. There's a lot of the country's on Cricket. A
Right.
lot of people have Cricket. It's cheap. It's nice. I'm
Yeah,
on Metro.
it's
'cause
Ryan Reynolds.
cheap and nice.
It's Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't go wrong.
No, that's
Fucking
Mint. Ryan Reynolds Mint.
Oh,
Sorry.
Mint Mobile.
Shit. Didn't
Yeah.
mean to. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's just I don't want to pay too much attention to that game because it's just something I'm not.
I'm not
interested in.
playing it.
Yeah.
So, you know what I am playing? Playing Chivalry 2 right now with all you.
That game is fire.
It pisses
fucking
me off, but in a fun way. Because I just, god damn it, I can't figure out how to fucking swing the goddamn weapon.
Get better.
What do you have in? What's you struggling with?
Just like, I don't know. If I'm my timings are always off.
Mm.
But
Man.
What class are you playing?
Vanguard.
That's what I do with the fucking pole axe or something.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
executioner blade.
Yeah,
Yeah, just chop people.
Literally, what I do is I just fucking war cry until I see somebody, and then when I see them, I get about like 20 yards away from them, and then I just hold the swing down and just fucking heave at it and just
Sounds
fucking.
like Mordhouse, so I'm in.
You
It's
would
yeah.
love it,
It's
David.
the predecessor. Well, Chivalry was the
Oh,
predecessor to
shit.
Mordhau.
You can't play it with us on this though, so it's really
Yeah,
weird. It's
You
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 have
Oh,
to.
can.
fuck.
You just have to install the old version like I do with Battlefield.
Okay.
Yeah, where you
That should work, actually. Yeah,
Mhm.
that should work. Yeah.
I still have my Xbox One plugged in, so I just downloaded it to the Xbox One.
Did
Oh,
you?
we're not. We don't. I just turned the Xbox back on, but it's fine.
Way to go! Turn your Xbox on.
I forgot that we had the monitor up there
Yep.
with us.
Hi.
Gotta represent.
No, it's a really good game. I think it's lame that you can't you can play against each other on different consoles, but you can't party up.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
What?
When? Why?
That's such a unique problem that I haven't seen yet, and it might be more common in games that I haven't played. But
The game did
Right.
come
For it to
out
be on
less
Game
than a
Pass?
week. It came out less than a week ago on console, so that was probably just something the developers
no,
weren't.
it came out last year.
On console.
Was it viable?
Chivalry.
No,
Yeah.
it's Chivalry 2.
Yeah, it's been out since last year on console.
Viable? Okay.
Oh.
I think it
I-
came out last summer.
I didn't know that it was out for that long. I thought it
Yeah,
just
it just hit Game Pass. So
Gotcha.
Oh.
I didn't know that that was a thing.
They need to
Okay.
fix their shit then. What the fuck's going
Yeah,
on over there?
that's
They've
what
had
I was.
time. Fuck.
Yeah, you guys
I-
were like,
I get it
"Oh,
now."
they'll fix it." I'm like, they've had a year and a half to fix it.
Yeah, I thought that it just came out on console.
Well,
That
maybe
was my
now
bad.
that it has the attention of Game Pass people,
Probably, yeah.
they'll probably.
Hopefully, yeah.
I was one of however many people Googled why can't I play with my friends. So
It's true.
Why?
why? He made me experience
Gotham Knights has some troubling news.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
it does.
So it was reported earlier this year that it was getting scrapped for PS4, Xbox One. It won't be coming to those two consoles.
Mm-hmm.
It's not coming to Game Pass, so you just have to wait till you get a new generation of console.
Mm-hmm.
Rocksteady announced, I think yesterday or Thursday, that the game will be locked at 30 frames on PS5, Xbox Series X.
What the fuck?
Yes, the game that they're like, oh, it's just.
Is there ray tracing?
I probably not.
Then what the fuck?
If you watch gameplay, like I think the
Yeah.
gameplay looks a little rough.
That's
But
wild.
the fact that it runs at 30 frames on these brand new consoles that we paid for, sure, of course, you're never going to get PC quality games, but there's no reason that this game shouldn't run at least 60 frames if you put
Yeah.
it on a console.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean, the series and PS5s aren't even that old yet. They're only like 2 years old, 3 years old.
Like, yeah, there might be games like I remember Dying Light coming out was such a huge issue because it doesn't play in 4K. Like it plays at 1080p on a Series X. But that was because they wanted to achieve the 60 frames benchmark that they set for themselves.
Mm.
Gotham Knights is now stuck at 30. And it's now bringing up another troubling issue after Rocksteady, announced that people are projecting that the Series S is going to hold back game development for this generation of consoles. Because everything that Microsoft wants put on the Series X, they want available on the Series S as well. And the Series S is not that powerful.
It's a
Interesting.
yeah.
It's a streamer.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just we were just talking about it last night with Chivalry. I went from this playing it on the Series X to the 1S, and the downgrade is very noticeable. So I looked up a video on YouTube because I was like, I wonder what resolution it plays at. On the Series X, it runs at 4K. On the 1X, it runs at its upscaled 4K. That's what the 1X was known for.
Right.
On the Series S, it runs at 1080p, and on 1S, it runs at 862p for some fucking reason.
Wow.
But the fact that
That's if you install it, not stream it.
But
though.
the fact that the Xbox One X is running at a higher resolution than the Series S definitely notes a problem for the Series S in the future.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No shit.
That shit's wild.
Because they say the Series S is it's capable of up to 120 frames. That's their big thing. They're like 2K, 4K, up to 120.
On
that doesn't-
fucking Peppa Pig.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they have to hit those benchmarks. So I don't know. It's a damning day to be a console user because Microsoft is once again holding everybody's hands back.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were on the street for a while with
Mhm.
like a lot of good decisions, but like, there had to be one. It sucks.
So are we
Stupid.
gonna get the Series Extreme soon?
They,
The
I was
Xbox
about to
720.
say, yeah, like it's looking like they need a mid-generation upgrade just to make the Series S more powerful.
Yeah. It's at a point where like it's really weird. The Series X was launched during COVID. It was terrible because no one could get their hands on it. Now all of us have our hands on it if we want it. At this point, I think that's fair to say.
You could probably definitely find a Series X if you want it.
They're
Right.
easy to get, yeah.
But now we're at a struggle where a game like Batman can only run on 30 frames. That begs the question of, okay, so what other issues are we going to run into with future releases? Is Modern Warfare gonna play steady? And
Stuck at 30 like they are.
yeah,
Dude, I
like-
saw some whiny bitches when I was reading the article that are
Yeah?
playing. Yeah, they're playing on Series X, and they're just sitting there crying and complaining about Red Dead running at 30 frames, and they forget that Red Dead is a Xbox One game
yeah,
Yeah.
that they never made optimized for the Series X.
yeah.
And
best
should
bet.
just work, man.
they actually canceled it. They said they were gonna possibly work on it, but they scrapped that. They scrapped a Red Dead remastered and a GTA 4 remaster to work
Right.
on GTA 6.
Right.
So there you have all these people that are whining in the comments about how Red Dead isn't 60 frames, and it's like, okay, because you're running an Xbox One version of the game, it's not a Series X version.
Yeah.
It's up
It
to
still looks beautiful.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
it's
up to the
great.
developers if they want to optimize their games for the next generation of consoles. We
Yeah.
just saw it recently with Capcom did Resident Evils 2, 3, 7, and 8.
Nice.
Yeah, the remakes, right?
Yeah, the 2 and 3 remakes.
Yeah, they were phenomenal. If you put them side by side to their predecessors, it's a completely different game.
They run well on the one, and then they optimized it for the Series X, and it runs even better.
Yeah, everything looks awesome. The way the zombies
But
look, the characters.
It is pretty damning that a game is coming out in 2022 on brand new consoles, and it's 30 frames.
It's like I have a 360 all over again.
Yeah. We already know consoles run games at medium. Like if you were to benchmark them with a PC, they run at medium high
Mhm.
settings.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just get it working at 60 frames. I just don't understand.
It just doesn't work. It just doesn't
understand.
work.
Just make it work. Because if not, people are gonna cry. Because it's not gonna have a performance mode. It's not gonna have a graphics mode. It's just, hey, you pop in the game, you play it. This is what it is. Eat shit.
You'll buy it. You know you will.
Saints Row gives you that option. They have a bunch of sliders in the main menu where you can play the game at 4K 30 frames, or you can prioritize frame rate or resolution at 2K, and then you can play the game at 1080p.
Hmm.
It gives you a couple options.
Right.
At least you have the option to change it around and play the game the way you want to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
because if you go to like games and go to their graphics, it's literally just like brightness or subtitles or it's just like not like adjust the quality of performance or whatever.
Because it's hard on PS4, Xbox One, because those consoles were made to run it in a static way. They're not supposed to be dynamic because the hardware isn't upgradable. It's everybody has the same fucking PS4, Xbox One.
It just works.
So the
Just
game is just what the game is. With the One X, at least some games have the performance or the graphics option. Like
I know.
Borderlands 3 was a big one.
Yeah, I know. Guardians of the Galaxy had one of those as well.
Yeah, I always
Yeah,
put it
yep.
performance. It's nice when you can boost. the
Same with
frames.
I think Marvel's Avengers had the same thing.
I believe so.
Yeah, because they were made by the same people that make Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
Square Enix.
They're popping off though. They're popping off.
Yeah, they make good games.
Hell yeah.
Door opens.
Door opens.
Opens.
I don't know. You can solve your problem by getting a PC, but how else will you play Halo Infinite?
On PC.
Who does that?
A lot of people
Oh,
because
yeah.
you
That's
haven't.
fair.
It's the only way to play multiplayer campaign right now.
Yeah.
Because I think 343 tweeted out like they tweeted out a file that was like the flight for the test flight for co-op campaign, and people were able to just like go in and get more people in. Some people are using Forge, the beta of Forge on PC to get people into campaign.
Yes.
It's fucking insane. Like they're doing a quicker job of it than 343 is. I don't know what the fuck 343 is doing at this point.
Speed run of Halo's destruction. They're doing it very slowly, but they're getting there.
But watch them push it back again.
Well, they're putting it together like it's the fucking Mona Lisa, but like he said, people are figuring out ways to do it good through Forge lobbies.
It could be
It's like-
worse. Rare could be working on it.
He has a point.
I gotta laugh at a Colton on that one. Shit, dude. Rare's been very
Rare-
disappointing. And like
Rare has fallen off since the
Yeah.
original Donkey Kong.
It's not. They're not the same Rare.
God,
No,
yeah.
God, hell no.
They're Rare because they're doing whatever the fuck they feel like doing.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves is a good game, but it's not the type of game that I think Rare should be making. They could do
No.
a lot better with that studio.
Yeah.
It just
God.
brings Sea of Thieves just brings in so much money though.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all they're fucking focused
If
on.
it
and
was-
that's their
Yeah.
downfall.
If it wasn't making money, they wouldn't be focusing on it so hard. It would just be a game that they kind of just let.
They wouldn't
Sit.
have brought Jack Sparrow and like Pirates
Yeah.
of the Caribbean
Davy Jones and
characters
shit,
into it
yeah.
if they didn't think that was gonna bring money into it.
You see how
like-
fast Rockstar pushed away Red Dead 2. Like they're done working on the multiplayer. They're
Yep, it's-
not
it is
putting out
finished.
content updates.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's done.
I'm glad I got to max level of Moonshiner.
They actually, I think they announced that they're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're done making
Right.
content updates. They'll still put out updates to like fix bugs or server maintenance and stuff like that, but nothing
Right.
major is getting added to the
no
game.
like events.
It's a
or
shame that
anything.
that game died before GTA 5 did.
No
but
shit.
GTA 5 was just such a big money pool, but that game had so much potential and
GTA
it was so fun.
5's already had 2 big content updates this year alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like it's their main focus other than GTA 6 right now.
Yeah.
Like Rockstar Studios is all GTA right now.
And then you see CD Projekt Red, and they're splitting into divisions to work on multiple games at the same time.
Yeah.
But does that improve the quality or lower it? Because they're just
Um,
designating smaller groups.
So
Depends
here's
on
the
how many
thing:
people you
if they're
have,
using
yeah.
the same engine that they built Cyberpunk on, and they're making the sequel already, if they just pick up the game and make more content for something that they know works now,
We'll see. They're
that's
using.
better. It's what Obsidian did with Fallout New Vegas. You
Yeah.
know, they took the engine that Fallout 3 was working with,
Yeah.
and then they brought back a bunch of old assets from the original Fallout 3 that Interplay was working on,
Mhm.
and they integrated them into New Vegas. The game was broken and buggy at launch because they had like a year to work on it.
Oh
But
shit!
eventually, they kept working on it. They put out the DLC, and they kept putting out updates, and they got the game working.
Yeah,
and it
now
was
it's a
good.
gem.
Yeah, people forget that game was busted at launch. Like I remember,
Master.
I played that game on PS3 because my cousin let us borrow her PS3 and we went to Blockbuster. And rented-
Blockbuster.
We went to Blockbuster and we
Yeah.
rented New Vegas, and I remember playing it, and it was awful. It gave me a really bad impression of New Vegas at first.
The first time I played it, it was Colton and his family came down and we were at our uncle and aunt's house, and he had just this case with his Xbox in it with a monitor.
Yeah.
And I was looking through his games and I was like, "Is it cool if I play Fallout?" Because he was doing something with Ben, and he was like, "Yeah, cool."
Yep.
And I played it for a couple minutes and I was like, "Nah, this isn't my vibe." I just didn't get it. I didn't. At the start of it, I made my character after half an hour and I was like, "What do I do?" It didn't make sense.
Dude, open world for like when I was a kid, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand like how the fuck, how do I play the game?
Dude, and like how I just bought a Sonic Adventure.
Uh,
I don't know how me and my brother did that as a kid, because it is so much just run around and find where you're supposed to go and figure out a puzzle.
Morrowind.
And
yeah,
I was,
Morrowind.
I've been trying to play through it and beat it, and I've gotten stumped like 5 times just trying to figure out where the fuck to go in the open world to find the next level in a Sonic game.
Mhm.
You
You could play the original Witcher. You'll be so confused.
Is it like that too?
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna
Oh,
play.
yeah.
Yep.
We're about to play Scorn here in a little while, but y'all about to be hella confused.
Mhm.
I went ahead and uninstalled it. I'm not going back to it.
Was that good?
It is literally like the Myst games, just
Yeah.
with a horror macabre aspect applied
I've
to it.
heard it's a little bit short.
Yeah,
Which-
we watched the
yeah.
what's it called? The Before You Buy?
Yeah, it was a before you buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how short it was, and I looked up a long play, and they were between 2 and 3 hours
Yeah.
for a
that's-
run through.
Yeah,
That's
the
fucking
play
crazy.
time is made up by just
How long you take
trying to figure out the shit that it does not hold your hand through at all, and it's just
But
says,
the
go
game's-
figure it out.
Game's only $40
And that's
if you
good.
decide to buy
It's
it.
a brand new game, you know.
Brand new
Yeah.
game, $40 for what it is. That's a good price.
Is that because there was not that much content in it? That's 40
Most
bucks.
likely, and it's really an indie company making it. It's not a AAA
Oh, okay.
studio.
Yeah.
I thought it was some AAA.
No, AAA would get Doom quality where it's like a 12-hour campaign, and you could play it over and over again because there's
And
so
Metallica's
many
the-
different ways to run through it.
And Metallica's
right.
like the soundtrack, or some bullshit, some fucking bullshit.
Mhm.
What? They got
Oh,
into Stranger Things. They can get some random ass video game.
they finally could.
Yeah, Breaking Benjamin's in Halo 2.
Yeah.
That's true.
It made them one of the coolest songs ever.
Yeah. That's
It blew me away, dude.
Ah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Dog.
Oh,
What-
CJ.
What mainstream band that you know of is in the game besides Halo 2?
The
American
cherry
Bullshit.
cock rings.
Excluding
Excuse me?
things
What?
like GTA and shit.
Avenged Sevenfold, the other
Oh.
Black Ops 2.
That's true.
Avenged Sevenfold at the end, Black Ops 2, or I was about to say Black
Tony
Ops as
Hawk's
well.
Underground has like a ton of bands in it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I forget which one it is. I think it's American Wasteland has Billy Joe from Green Day.
oh, really?
Yeah.
He's a playable skater.
Oh, what? That's
Mhm.
dope.
You can play as Iron Man and Gene Simmons in Underground because they have the level that's the Kiss concert in Australia.
Okay,
sure.
yeah.
Yep.
Wait,
You can
in
also
First
play
Underground?
as
Mhm.
the swamp thing or whatever
Yeah, Thud.
too. Thud, yeah.
Thud. You can play Spider. The original one was Spider-Man and Pro Skater 2. That was a big deal.
Spider-Man.
You had to complete the 100% of the goals in the game with your custom skater to unlock Spider-Man.
Hmm.
Yep. And then I think the
There's
third
Iron
game
Man
had
and-
Darth Maul.
It had Darth Maul, really?
Yeah, one.
Yep.
It was either Pro Skater 3 or 4 had Darth Maul.
But
Wow.
so I made a Darth Maul create a skater in Tony Hawk's Underground, the first one,
Mm-hmm.
because I had a code breaker for it, so I was able to mod the skateboard so it looked like his double-bladed lightsaber. It was silver in the middle from the trucks on the skateboard, and then the ends went off way past it, and they blinked red.
The character
That's dope.
customizer in Underground, even without using mods, is pretty expansive. It's crazy what you can do with
Yes.
that game.
It's a good
The
The
custom
creative, or like the code breaker just made it a whole different game. Like it was so much fun to see the random created skaters, because you could also face map in that game too.
That's true.
You could upload faces into it.
There was the dedicated
What?
rock band games too. The Beatles and Green Day.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh yeah, but those are just mainly, like you said, just dedicated to one specific band.
Yeah. Oh, but they're terrific. If you play through the Beatles, the
it's
story
awesome.
mode in that game is just the evolution of the Beatles as they progress in their career.
Ooh.
And each set list was like an important part in the Beatles' career. Like it starts off with them on that talk show. I forget what it was
John
black
Lemon?
and white.
No,
That's John Lemon.
John Letterman or Dave Letterman.
No,
Gee,
it
the
was
fuck.
something
It was
else.
British one.
It was in,
Oh.
They
it
were
was
popular
British
in
in the
Britain
60s.
before they came to America.
Good old land of
Then
Britain.
it had them in the in the studio for the next set of it. Then they had like the Sgt. Pepper's backgrounds, and then the Yellow
Yeah.
Submarine. Like if you play the song Yellow Submarine, it's just the Beatles floating around in a submarine.
It's so fucking weird.
And then, if you remember, right around when Let It Be came out, they did that rooftop set.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Mhm.
Yep.
They-
I was about to mention
The ending of
rooftop
that
show.
game is them on the rooftop.
Yeah.
That's
The-
so cool.
It's the documentary you were telling me about. It's Beatles Get Back on Disney Plus.
Mhm.
Bunch of shit like about the fucking rooftop show, and then
And like a lot of background, like a lot of background
it's
stuff.
literally Paul McCartney and John Lennon like sitting there at a piano just like playing stuff, and John's like, "Do you have anything else?" And he was like any words or song, and he was like, "Yeah," and he just fucking starts playing The Long and Winding Road, and like fucking is literally just they're figuring out the lyrics just right there within minutes.
Yeah.
Like just
It's
it's
insane.
crazy what those
And you know-
people were able to do.
They also show like
What Paul's able to do. Paul McCartney's still around. Fucking, he's on my list. If
Ooh.
I'd love to meet that guy.
Breaking.
Fucking-
they show a lot of like them
Legendary
talking about
human.
the drugs that they would use too. Like
Yeah.
on Disney, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
There's like you'll hear like just John or one of the crews talking to him like, oh, you want a perk or would you like a?
I saw what is it? Ringo Starr, their drummer.
Yeah.
He was on Jimmy Kimmel or something recently, like within recent years.
Yeah.
And literally, how he got the the song "Octopus's Garden,"
Yeah.
that fucking weird ass goddamn song.
Yeah.
He got the inspiration from it because I think he said that he was away from the band for a minute, and him and his wife went on a vacation somewhere, and they like fucking went scuba diving or something, or just did something by the ocean and shit. And he learned that, and it's something that octopi, whatever you want to call them,
Octopi.
What they actually do, like out in the ocean, is they find like shiny rocks or like pieces of metal or shit that is pretty, and they bring it to like where their territory is at in their spot, and they make like a little garden of shiny objects and little things on the seabed.
So like nowhere to go.
And so yeah, it's more so octopi are really smart, and they just, if the way I see it, they just see it's like how if you you can train crows by just like showing a shiny thing, and that like you bring that back to you and give them a reward, they'll bring you back shit.
Right.
Like
Whoa.
it's just like, oh, it's shiny, I'm gonna bring it back to a spot because it's just like that's what you do with it.
Yeah.
And so he got the idea for Octopus's Garden because they do all that shit, and it's just
Huh.
like
That's pretty cool.
being in the sea, and he's just sitting there doing his thing, like. And he specifically said he was very drunk at the time too, and very high.
Sounds about right. Pretty sure the entire time they were alive, they were either really drunk or really high.
Yeah,
Two worlds, one family.
made
Other
some of the
video
best
games.
music though. Yeah, back to
Yeah.
video games.
Sorry.
Gears 3 had the Mad World cover.
Oh my
Oh.
god, how could I forget?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh.
Dom
God.
died at the same time.
Dude,
That-
Cyrus!
That was all. Mad
Stop,
World was
bro.
also in the trailer for the first Gears of War,
Correct.
like with just Marcus running through the street, and then like, what's the big like crab thing? What are those ones called?
Crab Rave.
Fuck yeah, crab raves.
Yeah, those.
I don't
two.
remember their names.
But yeah, it was just like he ran into a building, and there was just like that big one and a bunch of the locust eyes, and he's just like, and start shooting. It's just mad war.
Yes. Those trailers got me hyped for the game though.
People
Yeah.
pointed out they're intrigued with the horror aspect of the first 2 Gears games. Like those campaigns were dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was their whole intention, and you get to Gears 5 and it just turns into a shooter.
Right.
And everyone's wondering if
Hey,
they'll
Marcus,
ever move
How
back
much you
into
think
that
all this
lane.
emotions were?
Answer is no. But
Yeah, it was a gritty
the game's
fucking.
the game's reached a wider audience. They're not going to go back to that.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
It's on Game Pass day one.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't even play the Ultimate Edition version of the game. I'd play the original 360 copy of the game. Like that's the authentic way to play Gears of War.
Right.
So
It just feels
grimy.
better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Here's-
grimy and gritty.
People forget how like sad the games are too.
Yeah.
Like in
Yeah.
Gears 2 when you finally find what's his face, Ty? Is that his
Mhm.
name? Yeah.
I think it's Ty.
Yeah, after he gets
which Gears?
2. It's when they find him after he's all tortured and shit like that. And Marcus is like, "Come on, let's go!" And he throws him a shotgun and he blows himself away.
Yeah, he just offs
Whoa.
himself.
Yeah, he couldn't handle it. He's like, "I'm done." He's like,
Or
"That's it."
even in Gears 2, the Carmine death in that one was fucking brutal, dude.
Yeah,
Something's wrong with my gun.
Carmine,
They're
no.
very-
Gears
dark
2's
games.
Carmine death was probably the worst. Like
he's probably everybody's favorite Carmine.
he was the best and he
Yeah.
had the worst death. Like poor Carmine.
Clayton was a cool one. Anthony
love-
was just there.
I love that Clayton was the Carmine that lived. 'cause
Ben
that-
is the
Clayton
fan
was a-
favorite.
yeah.
Kim was cool.
I also like how the Carmine's names like from the
ABC.
yeah A B C D
Mhm.
like just going down their name.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
Yeah.
They're fucking Oh, I forgot I just said something. I forgot it. Don't worry about it.
hmm
Don't worry about me.
Oh, and the second game's where Dom visits Maria,
Oh yeah.
and that's kind of where they allude to
Oh.
the idea of Dom not making it to the end of the series.
Isn't it in Gears 3 as well? Like right before the scene with his death at that gas station, they're back at that same cemetery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, and he puts his dog tags down.
it's very prophetic. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something you should have saw coming once you knew you were coming back.
Yeah, because it specifically has the cutscene of him
Mhm.
talking to Maria. Because he was like, "Take your time, Dom," and they walked away, and he put his dog tags or cog tags
Man, the only thing
on the grave.
the only
yeah.
thing that upset me about Gears of War, because I love 4. I thought four
was good.
4 was a fantastic
Yeah.
game. The only thing that bugged me is that Anya just died at some point before the game started,
Yeah.
and they treated it as like, "Oh, we just can't talk about it. Don't talk
It's
about
like
it.
we
Yeah,
grew
don't
up.
talk about my mother." And Marcus,
What
was like,
happened?
I remember when Anya was around,
Your mother, that's my wife you're talking about. Like,
and they just don't really talk about it. And I don't know. She was
Anya
a big,
was such a
she was
badass.
the big
Yeah.
part in the Gears series, and then she's just not in the 4th one, and they just kind of scrub.
You
over
get to
her
play
character
her
a little bit.
in Judgment, right?
No,
No, that's
What was it?
Baird.
Well, you get to play her in one of them, right?
no. That was just a random Gears officer. I forget what her name was. The
In,
one with the red hair.
in Gears 3, if you're playing co-op, you'll play as Anya.
She's
Oh,
the
yeah,
blonde-haired
yeah.
co-op
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
thought she was a playable character in one of the campaigns.
If you're playing
3.
co-op, yeah.
Go
Yeah.
on. Okay.
Like at the post game after Dom's died, and like you're going to the
She's the
quit and
noob one that
shit.
takes over, pretty much.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
remember
okay.
chapter
Yeah,
1 in that
that's
game?
right. Yeah, Anya takes over Dom's spot.
In
for
chapter
co-op,
1,
yeah.
you control the 2 squads. You'll
Yeah.
most likely play as Anya at some point in the first chapter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because she was like an officer, like one of the higher ranks that kind of sits behind a chair, and then she transforms to a cog.
Yeah, exactly.
the third
in
game.
Gears 3, yeah.
That's why it was a badass moment. It's like, oh, Anya's on the field. Let's
Yeah,
go.
and she bulked up too. You're like, damn.
Yo, what's up, Anya?
You put on that cog
Square up.
armor and you just gain 100 pounds of muscle.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
You're forced to because of how thick that shit is.
And how heavy that shit is. I bet that shit's heavy.
It's like you see them in Gears 1 and they just look like kind of linebackers, and then Gears 2 and 3, their fucking biceps are like that big.
Yeah,
dude.
It's because they all had sleeves and shit like that. And then
Yeah,
at some point, they're like,
exactly,
I can take off the sleeve.
They had their sleeves on, so they didn't look that big, and they're just like, no more.
My
sleeves.
powers shouldn't be held behind these reins.
You don't know me. No cloth can hold me.
Dom's
Is
like,
there,
my
like-
tomatoes.
Is there a reason they're so like fucking built? Is because they're cogs? Like the,
Yeah,
like
they're big and beefy because they have to be able to push around that armor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because
That's why they're
the
all
armor's
jacked.
like that fucking.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just thick metal, like that thick. Like
They didn't give him like a serum or anything like in the lore.
Yeah.
it's not like Halo. No, not like
you
how
know what
Spartans
the
are
best thing
modified.
about Gears 3 was? Is Tyson, as a kid, created a joke character or avatar on Xbox, and it looks exactly like Jace. So when he got to Gears 3, he was like, oh, I'm Jace. And the entire time he played online in Horde, he was always Jace. And his avatar on 360 is still that Jace character that he
That's
created.
awesome.
He was like 10, and he was like, oh, you know what'd be funny? And he just created a black man with cornrows, and he's like, yeah, this is me.
Yikes. That's
He's
Jace.
10.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It turned into a funny story.
Shout out to Jace for keeping it real.
Jace he was only in that game.
In 3?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Poor
he never
bastard.
returned and he never came back. And then in the 4th game, they did the whole boys are back together thing, and they're like, yeah,
All right.
Baratier and Cole.
Bear.
Old cock. What?
Oh,
what
say-
squad? What? What is
Delta
this?
Squad.
Delta Squad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost said Kilo.
Kilo Squad.
Delta Squad.
Ooh,
Pushy
I thought your
kilos.
phone was gonna fall.
No, I appreciate it.
No, but Gears 5, I didn't like the different endings.
Yeah.
There's
I don't know.
different
Can we
endings in
spoil it?
Gears
It's been 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's long enough.
there's
yeah.
a very big point in the game where you have to choose who dies, JD or Dell,
Yep.
and you have to pick one to
Wow.
live. I let JD die. I was like, he deserves it.
He killed all those people. He killed all those people.
He was
That's
kind of a
true.
dick in the beginning of the game, but then you kind of understand why he was a dick. But I still feel like if it was supposed to be canon in the universe, I think JD's death would make the most sense because Marcus, all he knows is suffering.
I was about to
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
yeah. Marcus
Fuck.
has to suffer, like
Yeah.
if he's
Fuck.
alive.
Yeah.
God damn it, it's Marcus.
In the Gears of War universe, I think that makes more sense. But it really, I don't know. I think it fucks up the sixth game if they make us a sixth game because they would have to.
yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to bring back those characters.
That you killed. And when they're like, oh, actually, JD
Yeah,
is supposed to
actually,
die.
yeah.
But I killed Dell, and I wouldn't. You're wrong. You chose
What
the
game
bad
did
ending.
that? Resident Evil 7. There's two different endings in Resident Evil 7, but only one of them's canon.
Whoa.
So if you played the game and got a certain ending, and you went and played Resident Evil 8, and you were confused as fuck, it's because Capcom, I don't know,
Said you got it
fucked
wrong.
it up for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the end of Resident Evil 7, spoilers for people who haven't played Resident Evil 7,
Dude.
when you go back and you get your wife Mia, you also run into the girl Zoe. And at the end of the game, you only have enough antidote to save one of them. So you have to pick between your wife or this random girl that you just met. The canon ending is picking your wife,
Yeah, because it's your fucking wife.
but you can choose Zoe and be like, "Hey, what's up, Zoe?" And that's not the canon ending that the game wants you to get.
Let me pick my
What
this
if-
stranger woman over my wife.
Unless you consciously went, "Oh, you know, it'd be funny," and chose Zoe. There's no way morally you're like, "I gotta save this girl I just met."
Yeah.
The game is about you and your wife. Your wife's missing for 3 years. You haven't seen her in 3 years, and she sends
What
you
the
an
fuck?
email going, "I'm here. Come
To-
here."
To be fair,
Save
though,
me.
Yeah,
to
save
be
me.
fair, in the first 5 minutes of the game, she cuts your arm off with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
To be fair, she's not on her own volition, sure. But to be fair, if I was in that situation, I would take
fair.
a friendly face that hasn't cut my arm off before.
But at that point in the game, it becomes very clear why she cut your arm off.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
on bug drugs.
Yeah, you use the poop juice or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, bug drugs. It's drugs that looks like bugs.
For sure.
Yeah, that game's wild.
Yeah.
Still haven't
I
beat
did a
it.
video on it last week where I just talked about how the game, everything,
Yeah.
everybody's infected by shit, and then I just ran through the DLC because I thought it would be funny. But the main story of the game is very interesting because it doesn't matter how many times you kill Jack, he comes back,
Yep.
and then it explains why Jack keeps coming back, and then he like you could see his actual character breakthrough, and he's like, "Please end my family's suffering," as he fucking picks you up and throws you at a wall.
Kill me while I kill you.
Because the mold in the game is regenerative, so
Yeah.
every time you kill them, they just regenerate back.
Wow.
Hmm.
Bastards.
Mhm.
Just gotta burn them.
Yeah, the
game
game's
burn
got
'em.
the game's got a slight twist ending.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, you find out who the actual evil character is the whole time, and it's like a twist. You're like, "Whoa, is them the whole time?"
It's you.
Whoa, no, it's not.
Ah.
Ethan is the Dad of the Year. There's an achievement in the 8th game called Dad of the Year for beating it on the hardest difficulty.
Hell yeah.
Because in the
Is he a
8th
kid?
game, you just rescue. So in the 7th game, you rescue your wife. In the 8th game, you rescue your daughter. That's the
my-
whole point of the game.
Yeah.
Dude, this Ethan's just getting fucked.
Poor
That's-
Ethan guy.
Yeah,
I know,
no,
right?
He gets abused because like there's a scene.
He
in
picked the
8th
wrong
game.
woman. Like Jesus, went down that rabbit
It's hilarious
hole.
because there's a scene in the 8th game where he goes in and he tries to pull on a switch, and then you see a bunch of blades go on the screen, and then you watch his arm slowly fall off. He gets his arm cut off again, and he goes, "Ah!" And he turns around. It's the big lady. She's standing there. She's all like, "How dare you,
Man, swine.
man, shrine, you pig! Come here!"
I mean, I seen photos or
Mhm.
clips of her daughters. I let them chase me. I would let them chase me.
Let them chase you. They suck on your blood as soon as they capture you.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's wrong with that?
I'm all right.
So what they do is they cut holes in your hands and they put your hands on hooks and they just kind of hung you there, and then they cut your hand and she was just sitting there sucking your hand.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, what's the
This.
I
problem?
don't see the problem there.
Some people actually have that as a fetish.
Apparently,
Not necessarily the being hung by the hands,
Yeah.
but like hook
Bloodletting.
hanging and stuff like that. People do that all the
Okay.
time.
Some people are really into that, and it is how the way I've heard it described is how did you find out you were into that?
Yeah.
No shit.
Right?
What did you do?
What events transpired?
They orgasmed when they got a piercing.
Ugh.
I will say,
Why are you smiling?
Because I just love this conversation.
Well, dude, look. Well, literally, as we're talking, like, I just did a mission in Cyberpunk that involved me to physically crucify a man on a cross.
Oh, for sure.
It's okay.
Downside?
I don't know.
Came?
I'm just saying.
You
Like, that
came?
shit was insane. It was awesome.
Again,
came.
downside.
Bro, because look, when you guys told me about New Vegas and how I could crucify Benny,
Yeah, he just gets shown up. Yeah.
what was the first thing I said? I need to go
He
fucking play this game.
The screen goes black, and then he goes, no, no, and then it comes back, and he's just crucified.
No, I hammered those fucking nails into that man.
Oh,
And
hell
the,
yeah, brother.
The whole time I said, I mean, you wanted me to do this, so I don't see the problem. You're paying me for this shit.
Okay.
He's like one of those Jesus guys
Yeah.
I was.
compared to one of the Elvis guys you'd see down on the Las Vegas Strip.
Except he's dead now. He's dead.
No, there's Elvis. the
Elvis is
person
not
who's
dead.
ever-
He
Mickey
just went
Rouse.
back home.
Shit. Oh yeah, you're right. You just went back home upstairs.
Mickey Ralph's.
Yeah, we can just snort his ashes. That's about the
What?
closest we
Dude,
can get to
There's
him
probably
nowadays.
plenty of
nowadays.
cocaine in it.
David.
Exactly.
Man.
I'm
You
going to
guys
blame
don't
David
live-
for that one, too. He's starting the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh,
you guys-
this conversation is going over the line.
I mean, snorting ashes. I think you guys can gain a lot of life from the past life of that person. Do you not agree?
What are we talking about?
Crucifixion.
You're
Apparently.
talking about soul absorption.
Brandon's on that Pilk right now.
Dude, I-
He
I don't
popped-
know if you
Dude,
want
I-
to do that because that is possession.
Oh man.
He's on
And
one.
possession is 9/10 of the law.
Wait.
Therefore, if you get possessed by a demon, technically they own your body.
You
Don't
think
let
yeah,
him
but
in
it's
your
an
house.
control of
if
this meat
it's
sack?
Elvis, then who cares? I'll play guitar really good.
Elvis Gerbach, quarterback of the Ravens in the 90s?
Yeah, that guy.
Wow.
Sure.
Yeah.
He ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, that guy.
Whoa, Elvis, the Patriots logo? Wow.
Elvis, get out of here.
Oh, man. Ooh, DeSean Watson update.
Oh,
yeah.
Another woman is filing a lawsuit.
Yeah.
He's up to
Oh,
25.
dude, we're
Hey.
dude. That was so close to being 26.
Hey, you know what's better than 24?
Not in this situation.
No.
Not
wow,
when
that's-
rape allegation.
Yeah.
Not when
There-
it's rape.
Yeah, they said there's more women that are going to file lawsuits too in the future. So it's still not. It's not a definitive number.
Let's
It's
hear
very-
for day 30.
Yeah.
Day 30.
All right.
Oh my God, DeSean Watson's gender orientation now is just it's number fluid of how many victims he had.
Number fluid.
Yeah, he's just terrible.
And he's still playing, right?
He's suspended for 11 games, so this is week 6. So this will be the 6th game that he misses.
So he gets to show up just before the
He
playoffs.
comes back week 13.
Who does he play for?
Browns.
Good.
They're sucking ass, I'm assuming.
Not
They are
nothing
2 and
against the
3.
Browns, but at least he's not going
Oh,
to be able to.
I mean,
Probably have a.
The Browns look good for a couple weeks. And
Their
then they've
quarterback's
lost a
fucking fire.
I love Jacoby Brissett. It's just a shame that he has to be on the team that I'm like just not a fan of at the moment.
Yeah,
The
that's like,
ownership sold the soul of the team for DeSean Watson for what?
it's like
money.
Seriously.
the quarterback of the Rams. Like
It's-
he finally got to a good team.
It's
and
going to
he
be
deserved it.
such a
Yeah.
lukewarm feeling if the Browns win a Super Bowl with Watson at quarterback. Because like I'm happy for the fans in Cleveland, but what a terrible ownership group
Yeah,
to get a ring from that.
to allow that man to play.
Ugh. But most football fans don't care. You go to the stadium, and there's people that have like massage therapist shirts with DeSean Watson's face on it and shit like that.
Oh God.
It's just going to be funny when
It's
if
just a
he,
meme.
if he has to play games in opponent's stadiums, like if he has to travel to Baltimore or Pittsburgh. All those crowds are not going to let him have an easy day.
No.
You heard what happened on Monday night against the Chiefs and Raiders, right?
No,
After the bullshit roughing the
Oh,
passer
yeah.
call on
saw
Derek
that,
Carr,
yeah.
it was a bullshit roughing the passer
it
call.
was. Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Jones is probably the first player ever to get a roughing the passer call while holding the football. Because he strip sacked Carr and he had the football, but when he fell on top of Carr, they gave him a roughing the passer. And everyone's like, bro, he has the ball.
It was very clearly.
It was
took-
bad.
has
It
the
was
ball.
Bad. It was a bad call, and the Chiefs were booing for like 10 minutes
Yeah,
straight.
Kansas City didn't.
And they
shut
had
up.
a
They were
bunch of
fucking
myriads of
mad.
chants and shit like that. They were tossing beer cans at the Raiders when they were walking in the locker room and shit like that. It's gonna
Oh,
be like
fuck.
that with opposing fans just yelling at
They're
DeSean
gonna be throwing
Watson to get
spears
the-
And then
pitchforks, man.
what's his name? The Raiders receiver fucking pushing down that cameraman going into the
Devontae
locker room.
Adams,
Yeah,
yeah.
he had a hell of a game. He had the right to be mad, but you can't fucking push
I'm
down a cameraman.
surprised he
like-
hasn't been handed a suspension because you really shouldn't touch media members.
Yeah, that guy wasn't in his way at all. He was like up against the wall basically, and he just walked up to him and shoved him down. Like
He is being charged with a misdemeanor assault in the city of Kansas City. And everyone's like,
Wow.
is the city of Kansas City petty enough against the Raiders to actually have him go to Kansas City and serve community service? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
Because, I mean, there's hundreds of camera angles of him shoving him.
Yeah, there was plenty of cameramen
Even
there that
even
he
the
had
guy
to walk by.
he got
That guy-
shoved.
yeah.
Even the guy that
Like-
got shoved had a camera.
Yeah. Well, one, you shouldn't be running in front of the tunnel as players are coming through. Because if you look at the footage, it's him standing on one side, and as soon as the players come up, he tries to jump to the other side. If Devontae would have just bumped into him or something like that, it would be a non-issue. But it was the way that Adams just went.
He forcefully
Be
pushed
gone.
him to the
And then
ground,
security
yeah.
went over to the camera guy like, dude, what the fuck? Like, it was the camera guy's fault.
Hey, did you not see that guy coming?
Yeah.
You know, see that gigantic wall of meat.
Hey, you know how these
Fucking
guys
idiot.
just lost? Like, maybe he's mad. Don't stand in front of him. Like,
At the same time, yeah,
that's
a
200 pounds of aggression walking towards you. Like,
Adams was
valid
pissed
point.
because the final play of that game,
oh yeah,
it was the same 4th and 1 play we ran to go up ahead 7 at the
Mhm.
very beginning of the game. Basically, we lined up the box and it looked like we were going to run it up the middle, and Carr drops back and throws a 52-yard touchdown to Adams. So basically, just caught the defenders off guard. It was
Yeah.
the exact same play. The only problem was Renfro ran into Adams and they both fell over.
yeah. His friendly ran into him.
And it was hilarious because they threw a flag, and I was like, "Oh, did they commit a penalty, or did we get like a false start and we get one more shot?" And he was like, "There's no foul for intentional grounding." I was like, "That was what they came up with," and it was because he threw it like 30 yards over everybody's heads because they fell over.
Yeah, because he crossed the
So they
route, didn't
consider
see
that
him.
intentional grounding. I'm
Yeah.
like, "Hey, refs, if you used basic fucking logic, you would understand that they ran into each other and that's where they were going. That's what logic tells me."
Yeah, that's the contact that happened.
We lost the
The
game,
defender
and-
watched them run into each other and went,
Even if the
Alright.
the penalty wasn't
Those
good
are
and we
word-
lost the game anyways, because even if they called the penalty, it's still game over.
yeah.
Didn't fucking matter. I'm like, why'd you throw a flag on that? What was the fucking point? Whatever. We played a close game. It didn't turn out the way we wanted it. Oh well.
They should have just kicked the extra point.
Oh well. Oh
But-
yeah.
Yeah,
seriously.
it would have tied if we would have kicked the extra
Overtime
point
would have
instead
been
of running
better
for
than
two.
that ending. Like, that was just fuck.
A lot of things would have been better than that ending.
Yeah.
Well, we were up 17-0 and we lost.
Yeah.
We'll get them next time, boys.
Yeah. So
You have bye week this
That's
week,
the
right?
fucking
Yes.
Raiders' way. Is
and
being
that's the
up.
Raiders'
You know who
way.
the Niners play?
Being up at
Um,
halftime and then getting their shit stuffed in
I
afterwards.
think they play somebody easy.
We're away right now, I think.
I pulled up on a site the other day, and he's all, "Why are you a Raiders fan? They
'Cause?
fucking suck."
Falcons.
I'm like,
Niners.
"Oh
Falcons.
yeah, I guess
Falcons?
They do.
That'll be a game.
Niners. Are
Every
favorite
football
4.5.
team sucks
Yeah.
at one point or another.
Yeah,
Super
but we
Bowl
haven't had a
contenders
good
right now.
season in a fucking while."
Yeah. Well, you look at some franchises, like you look at the Patriots, people forget the Patriots were putrid up until Tom Brady drug them to their first Super Bowl. You
Yeah.
know, they were, I think, 16.5-point underdogs when they played the Rams in 2001.
Wow.
The Rams were supposed to win that Super Bowl, and they ended up winning on a last-minute field goal. People forget, and it was it was literally the first Super Bowl after 9/11, and it was an underdog story of a team called the Patriots.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, people forget that Tom Brady was just an underdog, against Kurt Warner, who was an underdog who, won a Super Bowl 2 years before and shit like that.
And Brady only started playing because he was a backup, right? Because that guy got hurt. What his name is?
Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Wait,
If you ever watched that hit, it was a brutal hit.
Oh,
that
he
took-
got fucking.
Yeah,
Wait,
Bledsoe
right.
got
Bledsoe got
destroyed.
fucking
that's
annihilated.
an amazing last
If
name.
he hadn't have
Bledsoe?
gotten
Yeah.
that hit, that
Bruce
all that
Bledsoe.
legacy, it probably would have happened eventually. But
Drew Bledsoe
Yeah.
actually had the same thing happen to him in Dallas. He was the starter
Was it
for the
Drew-
Cowboys.
I thought it was Bruce Bledsoe.
No, Drew Bledsoe.
I mean, he has a brother.
But Drew Bledsoe played for the Cowboys and he was a starter, and he took another horrific injury, and that's when Romo came in.
Tony.
That guy. The Patriots made 2 Super Bowls before they, won all the Tom Brady era. They played the 86 Bears or the 85 Bears.
The Bears.
da
That's
Bears.
what people consider to be the greatest football team of all time. They got fucking mopped in the Super Bowl. And then they played the Packers in the 90s.
Fuck the
That-
Packers.
That was Brett Favre's only Super Bowl win, was against not even okay. It was just a team that made the Super Bowl.
Fuck Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Piece of shit. That's the reason I'm wearing this fucking costume.
Honestly,
Brett Favre is a
Packers
piece of
fans
shit.
say fuck Brett Favre too because he went and played for the Vikings after that.
I don't
right?
think we talked about it on the podcast, but
We
Well-
found he's a shitty human being.
yeah, he fucking
Yeah. Oh, I think we did touch on
he
it.
took a bunch of money from the Mississippi State Welfare.
That's right. Yeah.
About $5
we didn't
million-
talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah, about
yeah.
$5 million worth of funds that went straight to him to build a volleyball court at his daughter's college.
It's nice.
Oscar was on the Brett Favre hype train before everybody else was aware that he was correct.
I foretold this.
Oh my
I
god.
foretold his team was so shit it should not even been in the fucking game.
He recently
Just saying.
in this last week has claimed that he's like, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. I know nothing about it. When text messages have leaked with him explicitly stating, "Are you sure we can get away with this because this is so morally wrong?"
You're sure no one's gonna find out about this?
Yeah,
Right.
nobody's gonna find out about this, right?
Uh-oh.
It's gonna remind me of that scene in Better Call Saul in the first season, where they were fucking with the dead body in the court, and all the lawyer had to do was just play the video and stand
Literally,
there.
the opening
it's-
scene
yeah.
of Better Call Saul. He's just given a hella case, and the defending lawyer just plays the tape of him fucking ahead.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
He
the opening
defecated
scene.
in a sunroof.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was his defendants. It was three teenagers that broke into a morgue, and then because their teacher died, and so they broke into the morgue, cut off his head, or her head, I think, and then fucked it.
Oh,
That's the opening scene of Better Call Saul.
Jesus
It's in the first
Christ.
episode, yeah.
And he's just like after the scene, he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "It's one defense." And it's like, "Yeah, but three defendants. You're fucking me over." And they fucked ahead. What did you want me to do? Like,
It's oh man, I've had this thought, and I don't know which one is correct, but should you watch Better Call Saul then Breaking Bad if you've never seen him, or should you watch Breaking Bad then Better Call Saul?
I'd say now that Better Call Saul is finished with season 6, watch it first because,
I
no,
think
actually
you
no. There's so
the
many.
last season does spoil a lot of what happens at the end of Breaking Bad.
Okay, now that I've seen I've seen the first 5 seasons of Better Call Saul. Watch those, then Breaking Bad, and then watch the last season of Better Call Saul.
The argument I have is because you watch Breaking Bad and you feel for Walter and you want Walter to succeed,
Mhm.
and then you watch Breaking Bad and you realize Walter is not great. He really
Walter,
isn't.
where's all my meth, Walter?
But yeah,
It's
basically,
just on the table.
the way
Walter.
I've described it is like Walter's the good guy in Breaking Bad, and then watching Better Call Saul gives you context into how awful Walter White was for everybody
There's just
involved.
more background for the
Yeah,
character.
and it makes it hard because if you watch Breaking Bad first, you get the traditional experience of watching Breaking Bad then Better Call Saul. But if you watch Better Call Saul, you will watch Breaking Bad a little bit differently.
It probably lets you know what Walter's gonna be because
Yeah.
the whole show is about Walter White. He is not supposed to be the good guy.
If
You
you
are
hate
supposed to hate
Skyler,
Walter.
You were falling victim to Walter's manipulation of people
Yeah,
because Skyler has more sense than anybody in the show.
She's
kind of a bitch,
Skyler's
but-
character had me until she sang "Happy Birthday," and then I was like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah, the whole Ted thing that was wrong of her,
Yeah.
totally fucking wrong. Everybody in that
she's
show
a
is
bitch
just-
too. Yeah,
fuck that.
the innocent people in that show is Hank Marie and fucking Walter Jr.
Hank's a dick.
Hank's a dick, but
He's a dick.
He's
and
a
his
dick, but he's a
character's-
cop.
Yeah, he's kind of shitty to Marie
Are you a fucking
sometimes,
cop?
but he's still the good character.
He's a terrible husband, but he's
Jesse
a great
is the
cop.
innocent one.
No.
Jesse,
Yeah.
He was steered wrong. He already had a problem.
I think-
Walter made it worse.
Walter absolutely
season?
manipulated him, but
0.
Oh, okay.
yeah, Walter absolutely
Because
manipulated
Jesse 100% had the ability to turn around and not do that kind of stuff with the right kind of
I
help,
think it
and
hurt-
he didn't,
it
and
hurt
he went down the
because
other path.
Jeffrey.
I
Holy
think
shit,
Jesse would have been fine had not what happened to Jane happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say as soon as
That
Jane
really fucked
With,
with
Jane's
without a
incident,
spoiler, if
that goes.
if that episode hadn't have happened to Jesse, he would have been able to. Well, then again, Jane was a fucking
No, but
double.
as-
Jane was such a double-edged sword to Jesse as well. She was.
he finally
But
No.
as soon as she relapsed, she was
I think-
morally in it for the money because she realized she had $250,000
Yeah.
sitting next to her. Like
for
But-
sure, but he
He did
It's
care
for
about
him.
her.
he did, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, and in fucking Ozymandias, the end of Ozymandias. My God, that's when you watch him rip Jesse's fucking heart out. Like
Yes.
Jesus, yeah.
Oh man. And you really do feel bad for Jesse because he was a young character when the show started because he's 24 at the beginning of Breaking Bad. And when he's
Oh, yeah.
driving away in El Camino, he's 26.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That it
It's
is
a
the
2
life
year.
of somebody of what happened to them in 2 years.
Yeah, Breaking Bad lasts 2 years.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure it takes place between 2014 and 2016. I think is like
In the show, it takes place between 2008 and 2010.
2008 and 2010.
Yeah.
Okay, that's when it aired.
Yes.
2014. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Whoa.
So it's in between those 2 years. So El Camino's like middle to the end of 2010ish.
Okay.
And yeah, after don't watch El Camino until you've seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
You can't watch El Camino.
El
until you've
Camino
seen-
has to be after Breaking Bad.
You have to watch the last episode of Breaking Bad
What
before
if
you watch El
what if I don't want to watch it?
then
Because-
it'll ruin
then
Breaking
you will
Bad.
spoil
should.
the entirety of Breaking Bad.
It's worth it.
The last season, at least. It,
I've-
it makes the last season.
If you watch the last episode of Breaking Bad and go, I'm indifferent about that, then you watch El Camino, and it puts the cap on the story.
I've been
Like,
reading stories of people that are actually laughing at some of the sadder scenes in Breaking Bad because of the memes. When they see the meme in the show, they just start going, "Oh, I remember that one." Like
yeah.
when Jesse is
That is.
like when Jesse's screaming in the back of the car.
Oh my god.
That is a really
Oh
awful
my
scene to watch.
God.
But the memes that people have made out of it are fucking hilarious. Like when your mom passes McDonald's on a long car trip. That meme is funny, but the scene is
This
It is
scene
so
is one of
serious.
the worst in this series.
It
Yeah.
Is that
it's
before
heart-wrenching.
they get into Gus's laboratory?
after.
After.
Okay,
That's
then I haven't
that's
seen it.
after he's after everything with Gus. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume some Dom fucking dies and he's watching the video of Dom
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Dude,
much.
you could
Yeah.
put that meme.
That's
to
a
Dom
meme,
dying.
yeah.
Like, that is literally perfect.
Oh
Like-
yeah, she's right over there, and it's just footage of Dom dying.
You know how Marcus goes, Dom, no. Just put Jesse's face going, no.
We gotta work on that.
Oh man. So yeah, people are actually enjoying it a lot more because of the memes,
Yeah.
I haven't seen Breaking Bad.
especially
so-
when Walter is like
It's worth
banging
it.
and knocking on the door. Jesse, Jesse,
It is
Jesse, let me in, Jesse.
like there's a couple scenes that are fucking hella cringe, like the
The phone. No, not now.
or the
There's that awkward hand job, right?
yeah, that's the first episode.
That is the
Yeah,
very
That's
first
the
episode.
first episode. You can honestly just skip that scene. That has nothing to do with the story.
I think I started watching it somewhere and I got to that and I was like, what in the
Ju-
fuck
ju-
is going
just skip the-
Skylar
skip
starts
the
singing
awkward
"Happy
hand job,
Birthday."
Who
Skip
doesn't love
that.
awkward hand jobs though?
When you're not involved in it and you're
When I-
awkwardly,
Yeah.
fuckingly watching it.
Watching the show with your parents, and
Dude,
they're like, "Fine, we'll let you watch a mature show." And you're all sitting on the couch, trying not to look at each other, just like, "If I swallow, they'll hear me."
if I react, they know I saw the tit. Like,
Oh my god.
So you hear my eyelids shut. I gotta stare.
fuck, you thought it was awkward when a tit popped out in a movie watching with your parents, but then suddenly you watched a movie where a dick popped out and you were like, what are you showing me?
Oh my god, there's that one Amy Schumer movie with fucking John Cena. And he just comes around the corner fucking butt naked and his ass is on the camera. And I was just like, oh my god.
Is it the one where he's like a drug dealer, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean you couldn't see him?
Yeah.
With Amy Schumer? Was he a
Yeah.
drug dealer?
Is
I
that
just remember him arguing in the movie theater, like, I'll eat your dick or something like that.
Yeah, I swear.
Yeah.
No.
No,
It's
it was-
not the drug dealer
What is the
one.
name of that? Trainwreck. That was the name of
Trainwreck,
the
yeah.
movie. Yeah.
Oh.
I'd have to watch it again. I don't really remember it because it's Amy Schumer, but like, John Cena's character in that movie is fucking hilarious. John Cena's
I just saw a
very
floating
funny.
pair of clothes. What are you talking about?
Well, when he was naked, it was just nothing on the
yeah,
screen.
there's nothing on the screen.
He was funny in Daddy's Home too.
Daddy's home. Oh yeah.
Or the one with Mark Wahlberg and shit like that. When
Yeah.
he's like trying to take his kids and walk out of the movie theater at the very end, and they start singing a Christmas song, and he's just like, "Damn, that's my favorite song of all time."
Fucking love that song. He's like going away from the action role, isn't he? He's going for
Watch
like more comedy.
Peacekeeper.
Mhm.
Oh,
He's
fair
in
enough.
Peacekeeper.
Oh, yeah,
Watch
he's-
Peacekeeper, dude. It's fucking worth it.
Let me worth it.
I love
hated
people so
that
much.
character. I hated that character.
What, Peacekeeper?
Yeah.
I thought it was a good show. I liked it.
I love peace.
Yeah, but they introduced him in the second Suicide Squad movie,
Mm.
killing the guy that I liked from the first Suicide Squad movie.
Hmm.
So
That's fair.
I already don't like that fucking character. I'm not gonna watch the fucking show. And he was a complete and total douchebag.
Fair
He was
enough.
a total
Okay.
douche. It's just more of him being a douche, really. That's what that
It
shows.
really was too, and I don't know.
That's what makes The Boys good, though.
I need to watch The Boys.
I've only seen a
some crazy
couple
shit.
episodes. It seems
The
fucking
Boys
badass.
is fucking wild. You will not believe it.
It's
when you
on
see it.
Amazon, right?
Yeah.
What's
Yes.
it on?
Amazon.
Okay.
I've
When
seen
he's-
lots of clips of it.
When he's drinking the milk, if you've seen that scene, that's all I gotta describe. Fucking insane.
I have to watch it. I have to finish
Dude,
it.
I've seen so many clips and so much like insane shit too. I'm like, why don't I just
man.
sit down and watch it?
Yeah, it's got so many crazy scenes in it. Like you don't believe what you're watching until the episode's over, and you're like,
There's more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like when I'm so hyped for Invincible season 2, dude.
Is that coming out soon?
Yeah, it's in the works.
Oh,
That's
a
great
it's
part.
what
been
is that streaming on?
It's on Amazon
Prime.
as well.
That's
Amazon
the
as well.
absurd fucking superhero one.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's anti-hero Superman.
That
basically,
show
yeah.
goes from 0 to 100 at
wait,
the end
what-
of episode 1.
Oh yeah.
I want to see Black
What
Adam.
stream?
Amazon
Amazon.
Prime.
Black
Or
Adam's
it
gonna be
doesn't have
sick
to be
too.
Prime, but it's on Amazon stream.
Black Adam's gonna be sick. All those superheroes.
Black Adam looks awesome.
new
All
superheroes
these
showing.
anti-hero ones, like, fucking love it.
It's good.
Mhm.
That's the son of thunder.
Closet.
I'm sorry, Corn God. I will produce more.
Irresponsible.
this year will be
plentiful.
Many corn will be tasted.
Who's
and
gonna get in the
devoured.
cornucopia?
Oh my
He
God.
agrees. He approves of the message of corn.
We promise
you,
there will
Corn
be more
Lord.
kernels than husks this year.
Speaking of corn, there is corn. No,
There isn't
there's
corn.
not corn.
Game's coming out soon.
Games coming
Game's
out.
coming out soon. I'm hyped. I don't
Yes.
know if you boys are ready. It's got 81 achievements at launch
Ooh, that's
What?
for a
spicy.
1,000 gamer score.
That's spicy.
I'm gonna read you some of the achievements, and I want you to guess the game.
Okay.
Okay. For 30
Marvel
gamer
Madness.
score,
Sorry.
there's an achievement called Air Supreme. Hit a trash can with a score of over 50. Another one, Fueled It Good. 10 gamer score. It is to fuel a car within 0.2 liters of the requested fuel. There's another achievement. Dirt Stains Not Here. For 10 gamer score. Cleaned up 100 floor stains. Workshop level 5. Upgraded the workshop to level 5.
Ding ding.
Viscera?
Ding
Reached
ding.
Popularity level 10.
Oh,
Ding
Oscar.
ding. Is it a gas station simulator?
It is gas station.
Yeah, dude, I
Gas station
saw
simulator.
the preview or
Just go
like,
get a job at a gas station.
No, I want to play it in my video game.
dude, I forget who played it. I saw some YouTuber play it or like the preview for it.
Yep.
And like at some, it's like it's one of those games where like you're doing that job simulator, and then at some point your uncle shows up and he's like, "Oh, have you made enough money to pay me back?" Okay, and then he just fucking beats the shit out of you, and then comes back and is like, "Okay, cool. Have you made enough money yet?" And I assume if you don't do that, more and more like fucking sinister shit will happen or some shit like that
Rips your arm off and
as you
shit.
play it.
Is that
But
what New Jersey and Oregon is like? Is just this is just the Oregon New
Yes.
Jersey simulator.
your uncle gives you money to fucking buy a gas station? If you don't pay him back with
Oh, man.
interest, he just beats the shit out of you.
No, the
Love it.
Oregon simulator is if you pull up to a gas station and try to pump your own gas, the attendant rips your arm off.
They tackle you to the fucking ground.
I don't think. Oh man, I don't remember filling up in Oregon when we went up there for the wedding.
You didn't get out
We
of the
filled
car.
up. We filled up in Idaho both ways. Yeah, so we avoided that.
We drove up. I think we stopped in Winnemucca and topped off, and then
I'll top you
that
off.
little tea station
There it
in that little tea station in Idaho. We stopped there and topped off as well.
There it is
and,
again.
and then I think my mom filled up in Oregon when we were leaving in the morning.
I filled
And I
up.
can't remember if someone was there at the attendant or not. Probably was though.
I filled up just south of La Grande at a little spot.
I filled up about 600 miles south down in LA.
Yeah, you took a plane up.
Yep.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to fuel it up.
That was the cheapest gas you ever bought, Oscar.
Absolutely.
Thinking about it, all that jet fuel for how much the ticket was, that was the cheapest fuel you ever
I
bought.
was
Unleaded.
just shocked they had a Dutch Bros. I was like, we're living.
Dude, that's the person I had Dutch Bros, and then I exploded my stomach and was in the bathroom for the duration of Cold's
Yeah,
wedding.
Dutch Bros is not good. I do not like Dutch Bros.
Okay.
I do.
I like the Dutch Bros. here.
If you guys are ever back in LeGrand, go to Sorbonauts instead.
Okay.
Sorbonauts.
You could slurble my nuts.
You got it.
Sorbonauts is literally the name of the people that own it backwards. It's Stone Brothers.
That's awesome.
Look, we are from Reno, and we saw a big flashy building with a windmill on it, or whatever those are called. What are those called?
Windmills.
Big flashy building with a windmill?
Okay, yeah, the Dutch Bros logo is the building that has the four propellers on it that spin.
I
It's
would-
not a windmill.
That's a windmill.
It's a windmill.
That's a windmill.
Is it just a different looking windmill?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a
Yeah,
windmill.
it's
an
the
older one.
Dutch style windmill.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is a windmill. I
Yeah.
thought I had a different name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's so like the windmills that you see nowadays, they were originally designed as flour mills.
Yeah, it's
The big
Got it.
propellers would spin giant rocks on wheel-shaped rocks around to mash flour into meal.
yeah.
We made stone soup in kindergarten. We didn't learn about windmills. I'm
See,
sorry.
crap.
And
Stones
then
too?
they figured out from there that the power of the wind could also be used to pump water and
Got it.
various other things.
And then they made water mills and shit too, like you'll see at rivers and shit. They're called mills because they literally use natural energy to do the job for them to grind up their flour.
Fair.
Like a saw or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to close off.
Or
with
yeah, exactly. They did the same thing. They used the power to do that to make a fucking saw go back and forth. And
I learned that
that's
from
lumber
Skyrim.
mills. Yeah. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
yeah.
Give us your meth recipe.
Okay.
Yes, what's the meth?
Wait.
Close off with a point of contention. You know how we get mad when people say Nevada wrong?
Yeah.
Nevada.
Nevada.
Yeah, dummies. Yeah,
Dinguses.
don't say Nevada wrong. I have a coworker that sometimes still says it, and like I look in his office and I'm like, because he's from Boston. It's like
Boston.
You wanna try
Massachusetts, but
fucking
I'm
say
just
that?
like, yeah, you want to say that?
Boston.
We'll say it one more
Um,
fucking time.
I heard
Boston.
somebody say Portland the other day, but when they said Oregon, they said Oregon.
Yeah, they do that.
Oregon, and I was like, I got mad for them because I was like, I know it's not Oregon.
Or people that
There's
say
an E,
Oregon.
fucker.
Oregon or Oregon. They said Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah, it's Oregon.
Yeah, I mean people that also just say like organ, like internal organs or fucking
Yes.
instrument organ. They think it's the same thing.
It's why when I
No.
refer to New Orleans, because I know they say Nolans,
Nolans.
I just say Louisiana.
Or
I avoid it.
Missouri is Missouri.
Missouri.
Like how we hate Nevada. If you go to Missouri, it's Missouri.
Missouri.
Don't say Missouri.
I
in
feel like
Missouri.
it's shot.
It's Missouri.
I feel like it's
Really?
shot over there.
Yeah,
dude.
that's how they say it. It's
Missouri.
Missouri.
Man,
That's
I had
wild.
I had an
Get
old
shot.
boss that was from.
Can you imagine we shot people for saying Nevada?
I do it. I'm tempted to.
That's why I don't have a
just
gun.
don't own a gun. Yeah, that's why I don't buy one because
Do
I
it.
do stupid shit like that.
Smart.
Sorry, and ABCs.
Tifu.
ABCs. Sorry, waifus.
ATC. ATF.
JTF.
ATC is air traffic controller.
BBW.
Every villain is lemons.
Evil.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, then we're at
It covers it.
hour 15, almost
It
hour 13.
covers
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Thank you all for joining us.
Yeah. Tune in for our Let's Play in a couple of days. It's gonna
Yeah.
be fun.
Better.
It's gonna be interesting.
Can you stop eating the fucking gum over there?
No, he's
Whatever
not
you're doing.
done. Let him finish.
Oh.
Given the
And
video
on
of
that
Cyrus.
note,
Almost
Cyrus is
done.
finishing.
Almost done.
Dude, help him
Almost
finish.
done.
No,
Almost
no.
done.
Help him finish.
I'm not gonna help Cyrus finish.
Help Cyrus finish.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.